Hello and welcome to the C-Suite of the Open video series with TMX Group. I'm Omar Kathagi, a Corporate Access Manager, and joining me today is Mark Haywood, the CEO of ScoZinc. Thank you for joining me today, Mark.
Thank you for your time, Omar, and of course, thank you for the opportunity to introduce ScoZinc to your audience.
So Mark, share with the audience a little bit more about ScoZinc.
By way of introduction, ScoZinc Mining is a TSX venture-listed Canadian mining company. I'm the CEO of the company. I joined in August of last year, 2019. We have a 100% owned base metals mining project in Nova Scotia, about 33 kilometres from the Halifax International Airport. It's located on all-season highway. Logistics are, of course, excellent, and the mine is on high-level care and maintenance right now. And we're just awaiting the finance to put it into commercial production in a time frame of 9 to 12 months.
So Mark, what are 3 things that you'd like to focus on and highlight to your audience to explain to them why ScoZinc would be an attractive investment opportunity?
That's, of course, a very good question. The first one is our asset base is underpinned by the Scotia mine, and the mine is fully built. We have power, grid power, water infrastructure, permits, and excellent logistics, as I mentioned before. Of course, in Nova Scotia, it's a Tier 1 jurisdiction, very mining friendly region. We have a large mineral resource base. We recently doubled the measured and indicated categories of the resource. That was in December of 2019. That was a major milestone for the company. Of course, the project in July of this year, we just announced our first ever mineral reserve, which is a significant milestone for the company. And of course, following from that, we had our first preliminary feasibility study, or PFS. We just announced that in July of 2020. That was conducted by SRK, Senco, Terrain Geoscience, and Minetech. So very good independent experts. And the results of that were very robust. NPV at 8% discount of 156 million before taxes, and after taxes 115 million, and incredible internal rate of return of 49% after tax. Only for a capital requirements of approximately 30 million Canadian. So it's a very small amount of capital to get into commercial production. And of course, that net revenue over the 14-year mine life is over $822 million Canadian. So it's not a small project, but it's certainly a very robust project. We also have, which is of course a main point, is a strong stakeholder base, particularly in the Nova Scotia government and the local community. For a commercial production within 9 to 12 months of financing, we're set to produce for the 14 years I mentioned, but employ over 140 permanent staff and considerably more indirect and direct benefits to the province of Nova Scotia. I guess the second point is our capitalization is uniquely positioned as an attractive growth opportunity and investment. We have no debt, we have cash in the bank. We're a tightly held stock with approximately only 14 million shares issued and outstanding. And of course, our share price or market cap is multiples below our peers, which presents an opportunity for very savvy investors. And thirdly, ScoZinc is significantly undervalued for those reasons. The mine's infrastructure and a large land-owned position is essentially been assessed at close to $100 million Canadian. The mine's net present value after tax is about $115 million, and our market cap is under 10 million. So there's a real disconnect. There's a huge delta here, which is just unheard of for a low-risk Canadian Tier 1 mining company with all its assets in Canada.
And Mark, are there any near-term catalysts that would have some positive impact on the company, whether it's company-specific or more on the macro level?
Of course. The first major catalyst, well, we believe, is, of course, the securing finance of $30 million to to put the mine into commercial production within the 9 to 12 month time frame. We're of course in active discussions with a number of different groups on a number of different levels in order to complete that task, and that's going well, we believe. Nothing to announce, of course, at the moment, but following finance, the second major catalyst, of course, is the declaration of commercial production. Along that way, those 9 to 12 months, there's other opportunities, including expansion of the mineral resources with some more drilling, the extension of the 14-year mine life and perhaps increase in some of the grades, and of course reductions in the C1 cash costs, or operating costs, and then the lowering of the initial capital cost of $30 million that was determined in the pre-feasibility study. So there's some of the general catalysts that we see coming in the 12 months, or at least we're working upon.
And finally, how did your listing on the TSX Venture contribute to the growth and success of your company?
I would have to say this is not my first TSX listed company, but I agree this is an excellent platform for promoting the company, particularly in North America, presenting our business plans to create shareholder value, and of course, employment in Canada, and of course promote some of the competent teams behind the company. And of course, it's an excellent opportunity to present to retail investors who could own shares in a company that has projects in Canada. Of course, the TSX does an excellent job at regulating and promoting Canadian mining opportunities. I know that firsthand as the CEO, and of course managing the company on that level and dealing with the regulators and all those aspects of running a public company. And so finally, I guess for those reasons, I'm very pleased to be the CEO of a company that is listed on your exchange.
Great. Well, thank you, Mark, for joining me today. It's been a pleasure chatting with you, and I look forward to hearing more about ScoZinc's success in the future.
My pleasure, thank you very much.